What's going on, guys? Drew here with Matsu Pew Pew, and today I have kind of a unique video that I'm going to be doing. So this right here is a Champion breech load 28-inch barrel single shot shotgun. I inherited this from my grandfather who passed away a few years ago. This specific shotgun was purchased by my great-grandfather in the late 30s, I believe, and has been passed on to my grandfather, to my father, down to me. Currently it hangs on my wall. I have shot it once with a low recoil round. So today what I'm going to be doing is there are a few parts in this shotgun specifically that need replacing. Now, Champion was manufactured by Iver Arms and Cycle Works. They were around for about 100 years. Eventually stopped manufacturing firearms and focused on bicycles, I believe, as the story goes. When they were manufacturing these shotguns, though, they did not keep very meticulous records as far as serial numbers, model numbers, and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to find the exact model for this era of shotguns. I purchased this on gunbroker.com, got it for $100. I'm just going to be stripping it of a few parts. This actually, as it sits, is fireable. This one has a serial number, which I believe became the early 20s to mid 30s models of these. Now this is a model 36. This one specifically, I do not know what model it is. It is not stamped. This one is stamped with a model 36. So some of the things I'm going to be doing first is I'm actually going to be stripping the gun I purchased here for the parts, just to make sure they are still intact. So some of the parts that I'm going to be needing, and correct me if I'm wrong on the terminology on some of this, I need a breech spring. This one specifically, there is a spring located underneath the breech which allows it, when you pull the lever, to pop open and shoot your round out. Now this one was cracked. Me and my dad were able to put a weld on it, smooth it out a little bit, but it also is still bent, so I definitely want to replace that. Also, there is a pin on this one. That pin free floats in there, and I'm assuming it's just from the years and years of using this gun for hunting and other purposes. That pin free floats, and my grandfather had a piece of electrical tape on it on both sides. So I'm going to be removing this pin, and hopefully that'll cure that. I want to keep this in as much of its normal passed on state to me, but I would like to pass this on to a grandchild or my own kids one day. Now, some of the backstory on this gun. As the story goes, my great-grandfather bought this gun in the late 30s, used it for rabbit hunting, squirrel hunting. Apparently there was a man that was sweet talking my great-grandmother back in the day. My great-grandfather did not appreciate that whatsoever, so he used this gun and he shot him. And also, being, you know, the 1930s, 1940s in the mountains of Kentucky, who knows what happened and who knows where that person ended up. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get this back up here torn down. There we go. I can't remember. I think it has something to do with the furniture on the front. Yeah, that's what it was. If I remember right. Yep. As I drop it. Aha, good. So the spring is intact in there. I'll get you guys a close-up real quick. In here is this, what I'm calling the breech spring, right around here. And that's what's gonna help flip your barrel open when you release the catch. This one is intact, and surprisingly enough, it looks like it's a saw blade. There it is. Interesting. Okay, so this appears to be a hacksaw blade. So they've doubled up their spring, so to speak. And I don't know if this is original or not. Interesting fix, and actually pretty smart. I guess back in the day, if you didn't have parts for a gun, you just made one. Should lift straight off. There we go. So you can see, this is the one I bought. A lot smaller, a lot thinner. I did replace this screw the last time I took this apart. It was missing. I found one that fit. It does have the same catch mechanism as this one does, but it looks like they just beefed it up and put in a metal plate. Also, this one is not stamped the same way this one is with the serial number. Oh, there we go. There it is. was bent. And of course, when we removed it to inspect it, played with it a little bit, it fell apart. So we tried to clean it up, give it a small bead on the welder, and then clean that up. And it's held. Definitely would not want to be shooting it a whole lot. There it is. Come on, come on. You got it, you got it. There it is. All right, finally. Not too much. I don't know if you guys can see that down there. Cool. So now, what I'm going to do is try to replace this pin. What is this? Gotta be really careful. I don't know exactly what that pin holds in. Okay, it looks like it's the hammer. Holds the hammer in place. So that's the one we're going for. Okay, it's moving. Before I forget, I'm gonna put the original, yeah, see, that one slid right in. So we'll keep that all together just in case I need parts again in the future. This is gonna be kind of tricky. Need to make sure that the hammer hold is out of the way while I tap this in. There we go. That seems to be pretty even. Good. That's a good fit. Just like so. That was a really good click. So there's plenty of tension on that spring, or the saw blades, however you want to call it. And this furniture is what holds it in place. Just like that. Nice. Much, much better. All right, well, that one's done. So that'll be it for the video, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching and hearing my backstory on my shotgun and the backstory on both of these shotguns, really, as far as the company goes for Champion. If you guys enjoy this content, make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below. Let me know if you guys have any of these shotguns, or if you know any more information about them. Be really interested to hear, you know, if you have one and what your backstory is, or what your family passed on to you. Anyways, guys, that'll be it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Pop.